拍實說大地海外升學。
我個名叫 Nikki， 我係香港嚟嘅，我而家就讀緊 Marketing and Public Relationships。我本身已經諗住去 UK 讀書嘅，但跟住我係想揾 Foundation Program， 所以我睇下即係啲 ranking 係點啦。所以我睇到其實 Scotland Stirling 嘅 Foundation Program 都幾好，因為我聽講 INTO 都係即係好 worldwide 嘅，所以同埋 in terms of 即係學費嗰啲嘢啦，我覺得 Scotland 都比 England 嗰啲平啲，所以我選擇 Scotland。including groceries 同 laundry 嗰啲嘢就 around 50至100磅。我而家住緊 on campus， 但跟住係貴少少嗰邊，因為佢係即係 en suite 嚟嘅，係啊，即係有埋廁所啊、沖涼嗰都有入邊間房度，所以咪去一個月係720磅。其實I'm very thankful that I took INTO Foundation first， 因為好多人都係 international student 過嚟，所以咪全部人都係 they came with the same mindset to make new friends and it's a very friendly environment as well. And one class probably consists of like 15 to 20 students， 所以咪個teaching environment 都 close 好多，我覺得好唔一樣，因為香港好 fast pace 啦，同埋好多人咯香港，但係呢度佢係即係好 town 啦，好即係個 lifestyle 真係好唔同。一開始嗰時就有少少覺得嘅，但係跟住因為我哋 campus 又有一個細嘅 supermarket 咁嘅嘢啦，所以咪我又住 campus 上面，所以咪好方便，你唔使10分鐘都可以買嘢食，佢又開到12點咯。可以去買嘢食，同埋去呢度嘅 bus travel 又係免費啦，所以我覺得對香港好啲咯。係啊，但係如果冇 assignment 做嘅話，就同朋友出下 Glasgow 啊同 Edinburgh， 因為都有巴士去 Glasgow 同 Edinburgh， 所以咪都係會免費嘅。我覺得最好 the thing I like the most is 個 campus， 即係好靚好靚，即係我影相嗰時好似假咁樣，即係個 picture，cause 係咯，真係好靚呢度，一定會。但如果係 international student， 我會 recommend 你讀 foundation 先，因為我覺得個 environment 真係好好多 compared to year 2啦。係，我就係 year 1 into 嗰時就係識晒我而家啲 close friends， 識晒我啲 flatmate 啦，同埋我覺得即係我哋真係好 close 好 close， 即係好似 family 咁。即係我翻到去香港嗰時，因為我 December 同 Summer 嗰時都會翻去香港，但係我會每日都打俾佢哋啊，咁樣 group call 咁樣。
Hi, hello, my name's Dr. Peter Flett. I'm the Director of the BSc in Management here at Stirling Management School at the University of Stirling. The Management School's a broad church. It goes from accountancy and finance right the way through to BSc in Management and other business and management courses as well, including economics and human resource management and others in between too. So we're a large faculty in the university and we have a broad range of different programmes. One of the key USPs of the University of Stirling is the semester system. We were one of the first universities in the UK to have the semester system in 1970. And what that brings about to students when they come here is that it means that the courses they do, the modules as we call them, what they do is they can choose different options as they go through their degree. So in the first year and a half, they do 3 modules for one subject, 3 modules for another, and 3 modules for another. And typically in the first 3 semesters, you do a generalist version of the course. And then finally, when you get to 4th semester, you start to stream into the programme that you want to go into. However, there's still flexibility. So at the end of that 3rd semester, if you want to change degrees, you can actually change degrees depending on what you did in the other 2 streams. So there's quite a lot of flexibility. And even when you start to focus in on your degree, you still will have at least one option per semester right the way up to the dissertation, which is the capstone project, which finishes off the degree before you leave in 4th year. I believe there's 30% of our cohort are international students and 70% will come from the rest of the UK. We also have 144 nationalities on campus, which I didn't know there was that many nationalities in the world, but fantastic, and they're all here. So yeah, it's a very multicultural campus and we try and cater for everyone. So it'll be an international experience in the UK. It varies. We have students who take advantage of the graduate route, which is the current UK scheme that allows students to stay in the UK for up to 2 years to work for a company. They also go back and work at home, or they look at other places as well. I think the other thing to remember in undergraduate that we do encourage students to go overseas for 6 months or 12 months, usually in third year. They can go to America, they can go to Australia and a number of European institutions as well, so that's called study abroad. Sometimes that whets their appetite to then go back there and work. And also, we've lots of excellent opportunities here in the UK. Currently, one of my third year students is going to be working for a power company when she finishes in fourth year, and she's already got the job in third year. So she did an internship this summer, and she was offered a job at the end of it, so she'll do her fourth year here and then she's going to go straight into full-time work. And that is interesting. We also have an award-winning career service which will look for jobs not just for UK students but also for international students. We now have an international student careers advisor called Emily who will help a student look for jobs in their own country and elsewhere. So they're really well serviced. The other thing about the career service is that the students can access it after they've graduated for the rest of their life. So they can come back and ask questions and do research with the career service forevermore. Typically it's the career service will help with that, but many of us have got industrial contacts, and this particular one was a contact I had in the energy industry that got in touch with me with a LinkedIn post, and I advertised that to the students. The students applied, they got through, and that's how it happened. So we do encourage most of it's not just all theory in the management school, we try and put it in the context of real world industry, otherwise it's useless. So yeah, it's about teaching them practical skills and actually exposing them to real industry to enhance their employability for when they leave. But you'll see there's lots of squirrels here in the campus, and that's the sort of campus logo or the University of Stirling mascot. But sometimes with some areas in the offices you've got to be careful to shut your windows because the squirrels will come in and try and steal food.
My name is Kevin Campbell. I'm in the Accounting and Finance Division of Stirling Management School. I teach and research in the area of finance, and I am director of the MSc course in investment analysis. And I have been at the University of Stirling since 1985, before the advent of the internet. So you could say that finance is a branch of economics. So economics is broader, finance is looking at a particular area of activity within the sphere of economics. So students that study economics will broadly focus on macroeconomics, the role of inflation and unemployment and international trade. And also they look at what's called microeconomics, so they look at how firms behave in an economy and pricing decisions and how that affects profitability, for example. Finance is concerned largely with the corporations. So how do companies raise money in financial markets? And then how do they invest that money? Also, how do they distribute dividends to shareholders? How should they finance their activities? Should they issue debt or equity? What should their capital structure be? And also, how should they govern themselves? So corporate governance is an important area of finance, because we've seen over the years examples of companies that have not done very well for their shareholders. So making sure that companies are organised in a way that maximises the wealth of their shareholders is an important area of the study of finance. And our students who study finance, they can work for companies, but they can also work in financial markets. So they can work for investment firms that invest money into stocks and shares and bond markets. And they can also work for the banks that advise companies, for example, on how to issue new shares and how to price them and how to take over other companies, how to come up with an appropriate valuation. So there are many different varied careers available to those students who study finance. I think one of the key advantages of studying accounting and finance at the University of Stirling is their focus on employability. Part of that involves a focus on what I call experiential learning. So at the University of Stirling, we have, for example, a student-managed investment fund. As the name suggests, students are members of an investment fund, and they make decisions while they're studying here about how to invest money that the university has raised in financial markets. So it's a club. It's run through our students' union. All students can join the club and they can develop skills and learn what it's like to be part of an investment firm while they're studying with us. We also encourage students to take part in competitions. So, for example, students have recently participated in the Chicago Mercantile Exchange University Trading Challenge. That's a global challenge that more than 400 teams have recently competed in this last month. So Stirling had 10 teams competing. One of those teams has ended up in the top 10 and has made a profit of almost $500,000 US in the space of 1 month.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they did really well. It's just a pity it was virtual money rather than real money.
Students were like, if I spent that time on my own money.
I think the other key benefit of studying at the University of Stirling, in terms of our undergraduate programs and our postgraduate programs, is our relationship with professional bodies. So students that study finance or accounting, they obviously want to develop a career in those areas. So, for example, our BA Finance degree is a university-affiliated partner of the Chartered Financial Analyst Institute. That's the leading global body for those that want to work in the investment industry. So students that study on our program at Stirling also study the professional curriculum, and they're therefore very well prepared to pass those future professional exams. And we've just recently entered into another relationship with a further professional body called the Chartered Institute of Securities and Investments. So we're now a university partner of that body, and that enables our students to also gain an advantage in terms of becoming professionally qualified with that body in the future.
Right, I'm Dr. Mario Kohlberg. I'm the Associate Dean for Internationalization in the Faculty of Natural Sciences at the University. Been at Stirling for more than 10 years. I'm teaching computing science myself, mainly to final year students. So the faculty includes biology and environmental sciences, psychology, computing science, and also aquaculture. Most students probably opt for computing science or environmental science programs in the faculty. So in general, the teaching in the faculty is based directly on our research activities, what we do, but at the same time it's very practical. So in all our programs we offer projects with companies, and some programs including computing science and biology. We also offer placement opportunities with companies, mainly in the third year of study. So the computing programs offer the possibility of students going on placement in the third year, typically during the summer after the third year. And so we can try themselves out in a company for 3 months, basically working like any other employee for that business. We see the placements a bit like a mini job, so we get really integrated in the teams and work on projects usually for life clients. The biology programs also offer placement, again in year 3, but there it happens during the spring semester, and again students would go into life sciences companies and carry out some research and lab work for the employers. So the job market for computing graduates generally is very buoyant at the moment. A lot of employers are looking for new staff and graduates. So through the placements and also the potential of doing the dissertation project with a company, students can get some real life experience, practical experience, and so fare very well on the job market. The stats for us is that more than 97% of our students are in employment or further studies 6 months after they graduate. So I think we're doing very well on that. I would say the main advantage for studying a science degree at Stirling is the practical nature of the programs. They're not just giving you theoretical knowledge, but also the practical skills what are key in the employment market.
有海外升學問題，即刻 WhatsApp 大地啦！